Hey folks, Kevin here in Japan, making a video for you here on the jlandkev YouTube channel, and I'm out walking. That's where I live. That's like the hallway. Oh, I hope you're not acrophobic. I am actually, but I've gotten used to at least this kind of deal with like where I live and how I have to walk. Looks like a cane. It's not a cane, it's an umbrella. It's a rainy night. So I want to talk to you today about the earthquake, the 2011 Tohoku earthquake. I'm going to try to get the elevator here and we'll see what the deal is. If someone gets on the elevator, I'm probably going to stop the video. Got lip balm on, it looks very shiny. But yeah, so it is 13th of March, so 2 days ago marked the 5th anniversary of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami that killed more than 18,000 people here in Japan. And I wanted to make a video talking about kind of my memories of it all. So I was here in Japan at the time. It was my third year, coming near the end of my third year in Japan. And I was working at an international kindergarten. And it was the last day of school. It was a Friday. Ironically enough, this year anniversary was on a Friday and the last day of my school year. Kids went home early. Kids went home at 2 or 2:30, because there was no one really left in the school aside from teachers, and we were cleaning the classroom as teachers do in Japan. We do the soji, the cleaning. We don't have custodial staff. Teachers do all the cleaning themselves. So we're cleaning. We're doing the cleaning. I was in my classroom alone cleaning, scrubbing the floor. I literally remember I was scrubbing the floors, and not long before that, mind you, if I stop this video, that means that someone gets on the elevator with me. Could happen. And it'll be a two-parter then. Yeah, but basically what happened was I was cleaning in my classroom. I remember I was scrubbing the floors, and they were quite filthy. And because I'm filthy. And I had an iPhone 3GS at the time, and I was kind of new on Twitter, but because of YouTube following and this and that, quite a few of you awesome people out there were following me on Twitter. And I found out about the earthquake via Twitter, actually. I found it through Twitter and through, there's an ambulance here, guys. That's never good. Never a good sign to see an ambulance. It's raining a lot. Wow. So I found out about it via Twitter. So it's raining a lot, so keep the camera nice and tight. Yeah, so basically my phone started buzzing. Again, never a good sign when you see an ambulance. That means someone's not doing well, right? These are paramedics for the Kobe Fire Department. So, ironic enough, as I talk about the earthquake, there's an ambulance behind me. Yeah, so the phone's going crazy, and people are like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, I don't have a clue what's going on. And this is like minutes after the big earthquake, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour after. And I start getting messages on Facebook because people in Europe and North America are getting word that there was this big earthquake, and I'm completely oblivious to it because I'm just cleaning. And we were supposed to have a staff party after that as well, and we actually had ordered pizzas to be delivered to the school, and all the teachers were going to hang out in my classroom and eat pizza, and that's what we did. So I mean, maybe just because we're in Japan, we heard there was an earthquake, you don't think anything of it because there's earthquakes all the time. And I heard that there was a tsunami, but you don't think anything of it because there's tsunamis all the time, but the tsunamis are really small. I got a message from someone saying, hey Kevin, there's a tsunami coming towards Kobe. Now at the time, my wife's at home, my son's less than a year old, and so I got this little baby at home and my wife, and I get messages from people saying there's a tsunami heading towards Kobe, and they think it might be as much as a meter high. And I'm like, oh, a meter high is no biggie. I didn't get what was going on. I didn't get the gravity of it. And I remember myself and one of my coworkers named Katie went into the computer lab, and we brought up on one of the computers a BBC News story, and they showed like cars bobbing around in the water. up in Tohoku. And again, it didn't click. Just didn't click. So around 4 o'clock, we're done eating. 4 or 5 o'clock is quitting time, so we leave. I go home. All's well here. Never felt the earthquake. Never felt anything. Never felt a thing because we're so far away down in Kansai in Kobe. 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So we get home close to 6 o'clock. Turn on the TV. Well, the TV's on. I was watching TV, and then once I saw what was going on NHK with like the waves of water pouring in with washing houses and fire and oh my god, then I started it started clicking, like the gravity of the situation, that like this is friggin' bigger than anyone thought, bigger than I thought, bigger than anyone thought. And then just in the days to come, the videos started popping up on YouTube again and again and again of personal footage of the horrors that people saw in the news around the world. And I remember that like there was a lot of like foreign news agencies like the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, BBC and CNN that were contacting me because I guess I had a bit of at the time a big stamp on social media about what was going on. And the thing was, I couldn't tell them what was going on because I didn't know what was going on because I was so disconnected, because down in Kobe we didn't suffer from any of the effects of the earthquake and whatnot. But I luckily at the time was kind of tapped in. The Twitterverse was a little more direct then. How shall I say? There was a lot of kind of very active bloggers that were really tapped into the Twitterverse back in those days that I was connected with, and they were great sources of news in the area. And I was actually just sending the different news organizations in their direction, saying, I have no idea what's going on, but contact this person, he probably does, or contact this woman, she probably does know. So it's very interesting. Years later, freezing, I gotta put my phone away. Ooh, my hand is cold. So here we are 5 years later. It's still a poop of a mess up there in Fukushima. That's just a shithole mess up there. There's nothing good going on in Fukushima. There's still like thousands of people who are displaced, refugees within their own country. Still thousands of people living in quote-unquote temporary housing. There's a lot of people in bad shape still. There's a lot of irradiated areas and a lot of nastiness going on. A lot of areas have rebuilt and have moved on, and there's a lot of wonderful stories that we do hear, but at the same time, there's a lot of sad stories and things that have never been resolved. It probably won't be resolved for a long time. But, I don't know, I just wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts and memories of the earthquake 5 years ago. I was here, I didn't experience any of the bad stuff. Thankfully, myself and my family were spared from all of that badness, but yeah, so here I am standing outside on a rainy night, Sunday night. I'm on holiday, so it's like actually after 10. Normally I'm in bed by now, but I'm walking to the conveni because that's just how I roll on the holidays. I go to buy snacks late at night. Alright guys, so Kevin here in Japan. Take care. Check all the links below. Go click on all my social media stuff and like all that stuff and follow me and all that stuff. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz, and I'll be talking to you. Laters.